Hey y'all, we're back. We're about to get this cake made, honey. I don't care what happens. We're about to get it made. But what I forgot to do is pull it back up on on my iPad so I can use it as a monitor. Okay, so I'm on the channel and now I'm looking for the live. You going through? Yeah, the screen was different. Give me a second. They say you should do something that frightens you. They say you should do something that frightens you at least once a day, every day. And this frightens me, but we're about to do it. Even though I can't find where I have gone live. Mariah's about to fix it. So let's just go ahead and get this set up. It's the Lord. Ooh, pull the camera out my face on. Sign to chat. Okay, I wanted to be able to see it though. Okay, I'll put it on full screen. All right, y'all. So, okay, Mariah. Let me see. I'm going to flip the camera and gently. Oops. Ooh, give me 1 second, y'all. Lord have mercy, technology, Jesus. Ugh. This thing is really tight, but it needs to be because. Okay. So here it is. That's fine. Okay, y'all. Well, first, let me speak. It's kind of behind, but welcome back to Keisha's Crumbs, y'all. I am about to demonstrate to you how I make 2 pound cakes at once. Okay. My monitor is delayed, so I can't see to ensure what y'all are saying. I can at this angle. Can you turn the volume down on it? Mariah, just turn the volume all the way down. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I have, y'all. And make sure the camera's straight. Okay. So what we have here, we have our flour with baking soda and salt already in there. We have some butter and some Crisco. We have our pans. I think I have shown y'all in the past how I make my own cake collars. So that's what this is. I have several pans wrapped because I'm gonna do 2 cakes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Mariah, can you come and find the paddle? Yeah, I didn't even get the paddle to the. I didn't even get the paddle to the to the. I didn't even get the paddle to the mixer, but we're gonna go ahead and put the butter in. Making 2 cakes at once. How's everybody doing? Today is May the 1st, honey, and we are glad about it. Summer is quickly approaching, and it is what it is. Okay. I could have had this butter in here already, but I wanted to make sure that y'all had the opportunity to see what I was starting with. These are the half sticks. This is salted butter. Sometimes I use salted, sometimes I use unsalted. Basically, it for me, I make the determination based on, of course, how rich I want that cake to taste versus whether I don't want it as rich, and considering what type of frosting or glaze I may be putting on it. If it's a really, really sweet glaze, then I'll use salted butter in the cake. Okay. And just give me 1 second, y'all. Just 1 second. Okay. Let me see something really quickly. Y'all bear with me. I'm going live for the first time. Trying my best, and just realized I didn't even have a pedal. I've been so busy trying to get the technology straight, and the pedal is not was not with the mixer under the cover. So put you down in the bowl so y'all can see as well as possible. Okay, Mariah, do you want to come look in the pantry? So we have our butter, y'all, and I'm not gonna put the sugar in yet. I like to start creaming the butter or all the fat because I'm also going in with this Crisco butter Crisco. I like to cream all of the butter and the fats a little bit, not too much, before I add the sugar. And that's just to make sure that it's mixed well. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is it is bananas. I'm going to just put this in my big bowl because I would have ended up switching it out anyway, y'all. So she can't find the paddle, so I'm gonna put it in the big bowl. Yes. If it were one cake, I probably would just do it by hand. But since it's double batter, we're going to use the hand mixer. Ooh, so I hope the last time I did this, I had the power of my stand mixer. So I hope I don't underestimate or overestimate my mixing time, y'all. You know, that stand mixer is much more powerful. So we're gonna come in with this big stainless steel bowl. One good thing is that y'all get a better view. Got a lot going on, a lot going on. Okay, so I'm gonna dump the butter in here. Let's see. There we go, the last half a stick. and go from here. So let me plug this mixer up. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Somebody don't want us to be great today, but the devil is a lie. You just got to keep pushing, y'all. So I know I have some wonderful and considerate people. So if we do well with this live, then we will be encouraged to do more and more. So I got you down in the bowl, and just really quickly, I'm going to cream this butter. Okay, I don't want to go overboard, y'all. Just a little bit. That's the only thing I hate about this hand mixer. It's trying to stand it up. I don't know why they didn't make a groove for it to stand up straight. Okay. Lift y'all just a little bit more so you can see down in the bowl. There you go. You can stay down here in case I need something. Okay, y'all. So you can see that I wasn't creaming the butter. I was just mixing the butter in the Crisco. So now I'm going to go in with my spatula and bring it down to the bottom of the bowl. And we're going to get ready to incorporate the sugar. A lot of sugar. Remember, everything is double. So move this over here. Yeah, that's the thing. I have to figure out the best setup. I told Mariah she should have just recorded for me because I'm not sure that this is the best setup, but we're gonna go for what we know. Okay, I have to be able to get in and mix it. And what I like to do, y'all, hope you can hear me over the mixer since I have on a mic. What I like to do is steadily twirl the bowl. Okay? Steadily twirl the bowl. Go ahead and put the rest of this sugar in here, mix that in. And nobody taught me how to make pound cakes. So over the years, it's been a lot of trial and error, y'all. And I'm gonna show you what I look for in terms of creaming my butter and my sugar together. I don't know if you all can see it really closely, but can I zoom on here? Yeah, there it goes. I'm still not sure you can actually see the crystals because from a distance and on camera, this may look like it's whipped or creamed, but it's not. So that's one way you know that you haven't creamed your sugar into your butter enough is when you can still see sugar crystals because that fat basically in that butter is supposed to mix with the sugar and basically emulsify it. So you don't want to see a lot of sugar crystals. Right now, I'm not even focused on it. Right now, I'm focused on blending. This is such a big bowl, and we have double the ingredients. So I'm just focused on making sure I have the sugar blended. As you can see, I'm turning the bowl, going around the edges, and then I'm going down the middle as well. All right, can you hear me okay when the mixer is going? Okay, so that's all of the sugar. Let me zoom back out. Okay, y'all. Mixing the sugar in. Again, the reason why I'm going so fast is because I'm just trying to get the sugar well incorporated first. And this is a big bowl, so a little shallow, but it still does a great job. Sometimes things will fly, but okay, she said you can hear me okay. So let's see here. My only dilemma is this standing this up once I'm done. Okay. So what I'll do now, y'all, I'm gonna go in with the spatula and scrape down the sides of the bowl. Just bringing everything back to the middle. And what I'm saying is people normally have like some people say 6 minutes. I've heard people say all the way from 6 minutes up to 12 minutes that you should cream your butter and your sugar. And some people say somewhere in between. With this being a double batch, I just look for the right texture. Okay, so we've scraped everything down. Now let's really focus on creaming. As you can see, I've slowed the mixer down. I'll change the angle, y'all. This angle is kind of weird. I'll change it so y'all can have a better view. Again, going down, making sure I'm getting the sugar at the bottom of the bowl. It's a really sensitive time because if you overmix, the cakes fall. And if you undermix, they fall. Now, what I haven't told y'all is I'm actually using these cakes, even though this is a pound cake recipe, I'm using these cakes. I'm using these cakes to create a layered cake. I won't give you all the specifics yet. You have to stay tuned, honey. But yeah, this won't be formed into a bun. We're gonna use all these layered cake pans that you see in front of us. So okay, I see what you said. Hi, Mariah. Hi. I was trying to get Mariah to be a moderator. It asked me the first time that I attempted to go live. It asked me did I want to use a moderator, but it didn't ask me the subsequent time. So I have to figure it out. But see what I'm doing? I'm actually taking my rubber spatula to y'all and giving it a good mash. Just making sure it's like you want all your sugar crystals to be covered in butter. Let's give it one more whirl. Probably go for like 3 minutes. If this is pre-recorded and edited, I put a time on the screen. But y'all count and let me know how many minutes I went. I'm thinking it's gonna be about 3 minutes before it gets to where I want it. And y'all, oh my God, this really takes some muscle. I probably should still have Mariah looking for that paddle that goes to my cake stand, but I mean my cake mixer. But I won't want to switch bowls again. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it up and switch hands. It's cramping a little bit. My right hand is cramping, y'all. See, it's getting fluffier and fluffier. I'm going around the edges and down the bottom. Still turning my bowl. And now it's turning fluffy like I like it. Hopefully you can see the difference there. I spin the bowl and go around the edges, come up the middle. All right, y'all. That's another way you can tell it's well creamed. You can even look on your attachments, your paddles on your hand mixer. You just don't want it to look grainy. Okay. So we don't have very much stuck to the mixer, which is a good sign. And I'm gonna scrape down again. Now, if I were using the big stand mixer, y'all, I do the same thing. Basically, let the stand mixer mix, and then I go in and scrape down and manually do a little stirring and pressing. Okay. All right. So to say I've never gone live before, babe, I picked a hell of a activity to do on live for the first time. But let me stop talking before I forget something. Okay, y'all. So that is the creamed butter. And now we need to get our eggs. After all that trouble, I'm wishing I had cracked my eggs in advance. I normally do. But today is just a little odd for some reason, y'all. Okay, but I'm grabbing the eggs. Okay. Put them in our plate here. One day I'm gonna have some help, y'all. One day I'm gonna have some help on these videos. Okay, let me get a small bowl. We're gonna slide this out the way. And definitely with this many eggs, I don't even wanna attempt cracking them straight in the cake. No indeed. So we're doing 10 eggs because I normally put 5 in a pound cake. I don't do 6 or 8. Is that a shell or the little white stuff? Oh, that's just a little white membrane. Yeah, I don't do 6 and 8 eggs. So standard for me is 5, and we're doubling everything, so it's gonna be 10. If y'all see those little specks, they're just part of the egg. None of that is shell. Okay, so that is 6. Thank God that win is expected. We have 4 more. Grab them from over here. Yeah, and I kind of wish I was doing something where you could see my face more, but for those of you who like to make pound cakes like I do, hopefully you'll find this video educational and entertaining. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me get rid of these shells, y'all. I can't work around all the clutter, so I know it's slowing me down, but Okay. Now we're going to bring our creamed butter back into view. And we are going to mix in our eggs. Let me see if I have my flavoring out. Yeah, he's great. Huh? So, okay, y'all. So let's go in with our first. Since we have a double batter, we're not gonna do one egg at a time. We're gonna do a couple at a time because it will require too much mixing time to do one. So we're gonna use the method where you just mix the eggs until they disappear, where you no longer see yellow streaks. That's another that's another trick that people use to know when to stop mixing in the egg. So that was three. We're gonna do two more. After this, I'm gonna scrape down. Gotta make sure I'm not rushing the cake. Even though I'm on live, I gotta make sure I'm not rushing the cake, y'all. So sit back and relax. If you don't have time to watch it all now, please come back and finish watching it. Y'all gonna be so surprised what how this cake is going to turn out. You're gonna be very surprised. Okay, so I'm going to scrape down. If y'all have some videos or happen to run across some videos that demonstrate the best way to set up for video recording in a kitchen, please leave the links down below. Because like right now, I feel like I'm so crammed because I'm on the narrow end of my kitchen counter versus the wide part. And that's why I put this apron on. I know it's wrinkles, y'all, but things get messy when you're baking, and I have on my little dress, so I didn't want to get it messed up. Okay, I'm gonna put two more eggs in there. Yeah, there went three, and it's okay. You can see that the batter is getting smoother and smoother. We're not rushing it. We're being very intentional with the way we're mixing it. And this is my first time doing a double batter. Y'all, I've only done it one other time when one of my clients wanted his birthday cake to be a double pound cake. So I did it for him. And like I said, I had my stand mixer that time. So this is definitely new and exciting on YouTube Live. I'm having to muscle it, baby. I'm having to muscle it. Oh, yes. Thank God y'all been so busy. So busy. God has just been sending business my way. And I am so grateful. The only thing I hate about being so busy is that I haven't been able to spend much time on YouTube. But I'm grateful to have an audience who cares. Okay, y'all see that texture? So just kind of check out how the texture is changing. You'll see it's no different than what you would normally see with one cake, the batter for one cake. You just can't rush it, can't get overwhelmed. You have to take your time and still focus on not over mixing. So I'm scraping down, but instead of going round and round, you can see I'm actually putting it down in the middle of my bowl. Then I'll come in and give it a whirl like this. Okay, that's the thing about doing a double batter cake at one time is you want to do a lot of manual mixing. Let the machine do the bulk of the work up front, and then you want to manually mix. So there we are, y'all. Woo! There it is. So now what I'm gonna do is get my flavoring, and I'm gonna show y'all what I have. Bring these over here. Initially, I was gonna set up at the opposite end. So let me show y'all my flavors. Um, Basically, I decided to make this um like a 5 flavor cake. But one thing that I normally do is I normally put my flavor in my milk. Okay. So I want to show y'all what I have. I have this lemon citron emulsion. I'm gonna use emulsions. They aren't to me, they aren't as strong. It just kind of blends better with the batter for more of a natural flavor versus a very artificial flavor. You don't have all that artificial flavor being forward. The emulsions taste like more natural flavoring, is what I'm saying. So this is butter vanilla. This is lemon. Okay. And I'm trying to decide. I have the almond emulsion and I also have the almond regular extract. I think I'm going to use the regular almond extract because I want that flavor to be the most forward. And then I'm still trying to decide on whether I want to use cream bouquet. Okay. So, um, let me turn you this way some. I'm going to go over here and get this milk. I had it covered with plastic wrap. So this is the milk. Y'all overlook my sign. It just fell and my daughter's not over here to fix it. Oh my God. Okay. And remember my monitor is delayed, so okay, now y'all can see it. This is the milk. So what I always do, y'all, so that I won't forget my flavoring is I normally go ahead and put the flavoring inside the milk. And I'm gonna go with the emulsions first. The emulsions you use basically the same amount. I was gonna use the top, but let me go ahead and measure it. So I want to do I'm gonna do full teaspoons of each flavor. Okay, yes. So this is a teaspoon. So we're gonna go in with the lemon. No, that was the butter vanilla. Okay, they both have a yellow label. So that was butter vanilla, y'all. This is lemon. This is almond. Ooh, I'm glad that top didn't go in my milk. The top is broken. I'm gonna have to put this in something else. See this top, y'all? And I just opened the almond emulsion for the first time. So I'm gonna go behind it with just a half a teaspoon of regular almond. We want the cake. I'm not gonna pour it back in there. I'll pour it over in the plate. I want like half of it. I'm just going by what my ancestors telling me, y'all. I can hear them whispering, honey. No, I'm just kidding. I can't, but I do feel like I have a feeling. um, I don't know if I'm gonna do the cream bouquet. I think I'm gonna leave it out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it out. So let me put these flavors back to the side, so that I won't knock them over. Mariah, when you get a chance, can you come and put these up as well as put this mixer up, please? All right, y'all. So now we're ready to go dry, wet, dry. Okay. So um I know a lot of people sift their flour mixture or their dry mixture, I should say. They sift it several times. Um I feel like, I mean, pound cake is one of a kind, right? Pound cake is one of a kind. It's old school. And pound cakes that our grandmothers and aunts made were dense cakes. So I don't go through all the extra trying to make sure that my crumb is super tender on a pound cake. I feel like it should be the opposite. If I taste the cake and it tastes like pound cake and it looks like a bundt cake, but it's fluffy like a birthday cake, that kind of throws me off a bit. So I know people use certain flours because they want a really, really fluffy crumb on a bundt cake, and people sift 3 and 4 times because they want a really fluffy crumb. So get a paper towel. Let me show y'all what I do. So basically I just take a whisk. I take a whisk and mix it the first time. I take a whisk and mix the dry ingredients the first time. Then I go back and when I get ready to incorporate it, I use one of these fine mesh sieves, I think it's called. Okay. So we have that. And what I'll do, we do dry wet dry. So I'll just put a certain amount on there, and then I do this. I don't know. It's so hard to find the ones that crank. You know how they used to have the ones that had the crank on it? My mom actually has one in her cabinet, but they don't seem to make them as well these days. So you can see that it's working because see where the salt and soda is collecting at the top. So I feel like this is just as effective. Okay. And then when you get to the bottom, you can actually just kind of rub it through. Don't force it. You still want your flour mixture to stay light and fluffy. But we got a lot of flour, y'all, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit more before I mix. Okay. And again, we'll just bump it over the bowl. And then gently push it through. Okay. Now you can see, baby, flour is fine as wine. Oh yes. Oh yes. You can see how fine that flour is. Okay. So let's mix this. I'm gonna move you back just a little bit so that flour doesn't get all over my lens. Y'all have a new iPhone. I decided to buy a iPhone for my business phone, and so now that's what I'm recording with. I had a guy that I was talking to about like branding and things like that, but he was a very technical guy as well. And he told me that if I wasn't gonna start using my camera right away, because I was telling him I still am not comfortable with my Sony, he told me just get an iPhone. He did agree. He said Droids have the better camera for still shots. The newer Samsungs do take better pictures, but it's the video. It's the video technology, y'all, on iPhones. But that's better than the Droids. And I did not know that. He explained it. He broke it down and it made sense. And so, even though the iPhone presents a learning curve for me, we don't want to overmix. Presents a learning curve for me. I said, well, I'd rather have my business phone serve two purposes than one. You know what I'm saying? We want everything to be multifunctional, honey. Oh, yes. Look at me slinging battle, baby. I'm getting excited because I got this flour halfway through. But y'all can see here that it's not difficult to do two cakes at once. Now I will tell you with the stand mixer, and see, I'ma always go behind it physically so I can dig down in that bowl, scrape around, and just make sure everything is incorporated. Okay, with the stand mixer, the only thing is that the bowl gets too narrow once you start adding flour. So I normally do my creaming of the butter and the sugar in the stand mixer, and then I'll do the egg portion too. I'll mix in the eggs as well. But after that, I pour the mix out of the stand mixer and put it in this bowl and start hand mixing it from there. Okay, might as well scrape down while we're here. You can even go in and start working the milk in. You don't want a lot of splashing, but do this slowly, y'all. The more you stir, it just basically builds up gluten, and that's what makes the cake tough. So I'm just gently, almost like folding this milk in before I use the mixer. I hope everybody has a wonderful Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up. So if I don't get to tell you again, hopefully I will. Maybe I'll go live on Mother's Day. I think that's what I'll do. I should go live on Mother's Day. I need to put a reminder in my calendar. Yes, happy Mother's Day, upcoming Mother's Day to all of the beautiful mothers. Those present as well as those that are past. God bless us all. Yes, indeed. Okay. See, we just want to get everything mixed. That's the strategy I use when I'm initially stirring things in, mixing things in. That's all I'm really concerned about is making sure it's well incorporated. Then in the end, I'll do some final mix. Oops, I was about to mess up there, y'all, trying to talk at the same time. It's time for flour again. Okay. And we're gonna get this cake done. Actually, because I started out in this wide bowl, I feel like it's going a little faster than normal. Okay. When it starts to go towards the edge, you can kind of just work it back towards the center. You definitely don't want to let those salt granules drop in. And I use pink Himalayan in my cakes, just like I do in my food. And it can be somewhat coarse. So I make sure I push it through the sieve. Okay. And our last bit. Okay. Because this will be more flour than we initially incorporated. We're going to use the spatula to kind of softly hand fold in this dry mix and then go in with the hand mixer. This to ensure that our flour does not clump up. Yay! That's all the flour. Thank God. What do y'all feel like is the hardest part of making a pound cake? I feel like the flour is I'm not gonna say hard, but the most troublesome part. I think because I don't like the way it flies everywhere. I feel like I can't really keep my station as clean as I would like. Because that flour be flouring, honey. Oh yes. So see how I'm just gonna gently fold it in, and I can feel the lightness and the fluffiness of this dry mix. It is literally making the batter lighter as I fold it in. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Along the way. See, just gently. Okay. I'm gonna scrape this off. And our sides are pretty much already scraped down. Almost starting to look like a very, very fluffy biscuit. Okay, going back in. Start out low. And you can't rush it because you don't want your flour to ball up on you. You want to get it well incorporated before you add in the other milk. Turning the bowl really helps. You gotta watch your batter. You gotta pay attention to your batter. That's what I always told my daughter. She would pay a lot of attention when she first started doing them. But it's human nature to get comfortable after you feel like you've learned something. So watch the batter because you have to look at the texture of it. Okay. Once again, y'all, I'm gonna stop it right there because I'll worry about my mixing time once I get to the end. My goal during each of the stages with the dry wet is to just get it incorporated. Get it well incorporated, but I'm not necessarily mixing just to be mixing. Okay, we want to make sure we don't have any lumps. I'm pulling from the bottom and it feels good. Everything is looking smooth, looking beautiful. And I know once I add some more of this milk, or the last bit of milk, I should say, all that wonderful flavoring is in our milk. No, no, no way. Y'all like to listen to music when y'all cook? I have to. Music, not the TV, not somebody talking, but music. Okay, again, so it won't splash. I'm gonna go in and just gently get this milk incorporated. Right now. But thank God, I'm proud of myself, y'all. I hope y'all are too. This is an accomplishment. I forced myself to do this, even though so much was going wrong. Yeah, I was supposed to start on this cake at like 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. You know, when you have to get all your things out for a video, it's different from prepping to just cook. So, okay. I'm gonna give this one more whirl with the hand mixer, and then I'm gonna finish it with the spatula. Whew, it's a workout. Give this back some so y'all can. Looks like my lens may be a little dusty. Making sure my mic is still on. It looks like my lens may be a little dusty from that flour. I'll wipe it off. Let me get ready to pour the batter in. So see how much easier we were able to accomplish this because we started off with the spatula. Okay, that is all I need from this machine. Now I want to give it a personal touch. A personal touch from me. Yes, we have the butter, vanilla butter. And now that I mention it, y'all know what? I think I want to add a splash of vanilla in here. I had the vanilla butter, but oh, thank you, Lord. I'm so glad I just thought about that because I definitely had intentions on adding vanilla as well. See how good God is? I was about to tell y'all the flavors. I had a vanilla butter emulsion. I have almond emulsion, lemon emulsion, a little almond flavoring, and now I need to get some. I need to get some of my Adams um, vanilla. Here it is. I tell you one thing, I love having this mic where I can walk across and not have to yell. Yeah, y'all. I wanted. I was intending to use this, so I said Adams, but I meant Watkins. Let me tell you something I learned about this bacon vanilla, y'all. I'm just gonna put 2 capfuls. What I learned about this baking vanilla. You see it says baking vanilla. I actually used it in something that I didn't bake one time, and it was like it was way too fragrant, way too rich. You see that says extra rich? So just in case you didn't know that, don't make that mistake. This baking vanilla is meant for baked goods. If you try to put anything else that you cooking on the stove or something like that, it's gonna be too strong, almost in a weird way. Okay, so now we're stirring in this vanilla. This cake has to be good. Come on, come on. Look how satiny smooth this mixture is, y'all. That's what you want. No lumps, no bumps, no crystals. The shine, the reason why it looks like satin is because the sugar is what's giving it the sugar and the fat is what's giving it the shine. So that's how we know it's well blended. At this point, I'm just doing a gentle stir with my hands. Okay, you feel that batter kind of tightening up. You know you need to stop. All right. Now we're about to get ready to put these babies in the oven. Let me make sure y'all can see. Yeah, I know it's flour on this lens because it's even on the front of the camera. I feel like Dame Dash doing this. Hey Dame, shout out to Dame, still my number one mentor. Then the next song. So y'all okay. So I think that's a good angle. Okay, y'all. Let's move all of these excess bowls. Try not to reach over the food, just like if I were sitting at my own table. Try not to reach over the food, honey. Okay, let me get a little drink of water. Oh, but my goodness, y'all, I forgot to share that I'm on a water fast. And this is the third day. I have not eaten since Sunday. Now let me show y'all this. Let me get the pan. You always want to bake, even though I know I won't be filling these pans up. You always want to bake your cakes on a pan. Okay, so and what I've done is I've made these cake collars. Now I normally tie them together. This one is a little short. When they're long enough, really long, sometimes you could just fold it over and make a catch like that. But I knew I would be putting these on the same pan. See there? So all I have to do is turn them towards each other. But these are cake collars, and I have a video. I'm gonna put the link in the description. I have a video of how I made these. It has a damp paper towel on the inside, and that gives you that prevents the cake from creating that crust around the edge. So that way you don't have to worry about cutting it off, the harder part that's normally around the edge. And also what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, and you don't have that raised middle when you use this technique. So if you didn't know that, you heard it here at Keisha's Crumbs first. Now, just to try and make the batter as even as possible, I use a coffee cup. Look at me, y'all. I just realized this is the one I took out. Use a coffee cup and do the same amount of cups in each one. Okay. So I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but basically I'll probably do maybe 3 cups in each. Okay, that's 1 cup. That'd be more like 2.5. Because I need to be able to put some in those small pans as well. Here is the 2nd cup. I'm just using my rubber spatula to make sure I get as much out as possible. Oops. Baby, I admire people who can bake and keep everything clean. I don't have a problem when I'm cooking, but it just seems like with the batter and the flour, things just get to flying. Okay, so there's 2 cups. Okay, I'm gonna come over here and do the same. One. And I forgot to tell y'all when my pans were greased with. I'll show you what they look like on the inside. But basically, I use this is actually, is it Pam? Yeah, I think this is Pam baking spray. At one point, I was using the Wittens. I think I'm saying that right. Y'all know the people that make all the cake accessories and supplies. Wilton. Wilton. At first, I was using Wilton's cake spray, quick release. It comes in a white can. They sell it like Michael's. Um, I haven't purchased it in a while, so I can't say whether it's much more expensive than Baker's Joy. I'll buy Baker's Joy. I like to find Baker's Joy on sale though, because it just gets expensive when you bake cakes all the time. It just gets expensive to keep buying all of that. Now, I know they have recipes out for something I think they call cake gook or cake blob or something like that. That is supposed to be really good. But I haven't tried there's a recipe for it. But let me show you how the inside looks. So I just sprayed it in here. It's actually kind of yellow. And I used to spray it and leave it foamed up, big and bubbly. But I have since started to like take my hand and just gently rub it around the pan because you're able to use less spray that way. And um not only are we making sure that we don't have that taste, we don't want to overspray and have the taste of Baker's Joy, and we're cutting costs by not using an unnecessary amount. Okay, so now I'm putting 1 cup in this little pan. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm actually gonna put these smaller pans on a separate sheet pan. They'll get ready much faster. So I'll put these on the um top rack or maybe the bottom. I'm trying to think. I gotta look at where I have them positioned, but this is the smaller pan. So I put cake collars around everything, even my look at my heart shaped one. Excuse me. Okay. So at this point, I know I have enough to put 1 more cup in the rounds. Again, I normally just pour if it were a bun, of course, but since I'm doing layers, I want them to be as even as possible. Third cup in this one. Y'all able to see? I made it through. I made it through. So glad I made. Okay, now let's get some batter in this heart. I won't be on this corner next time. I can tell y'all that much. It feels so awkward. I started to do 2 hearts, but I don't know why I don't like things to be symmetrical. So which is gonna make it harder on me in the end. I got one round, one small round, and then one small heart. When I could have just did 2 hearts. So glad I made it. The heart-shaped pans are somewhat deep too. So I know I need a little more in my round pan. Me cry. If you see me cry, at least you know I'm alive. Oh yes, still alive. So basically my rule of thumb for filling these pans is that I'm only gonna fill them halfway. Based on the way these cakes normally rise. I'm gonna do halfway, and I know I don't have to worry about them overflowing. Okay, so I'll raise it up a little bit at this point. I hope they help with me wiping the lens off. All right, y'all. So let me get as much better off here as I can. And then we're gonna take the remainder directly from the bowl. You know, I already got some good dish water over there. And this is how much we have left, if y'all can see it. It is so funny how my name is hanging. That thing has been up there. It fell one time, but that's been a couple of weeks ago. And now when I get on live, it wants to fall. My name, I think I just need to use because my house stays cold, so I probably just need some new stickers behind it. But we're just gonna put a little bit in each, y'all. I started to make some cupcakes, and I actually have enough to do that, but it's too late now. I removed too much of the batter. Sometimes I like to make cupcakes mainly so I can actually taste the cake. And so because this cake won't have edges. You know, when you have a cake with edges, you can taste the edge at least. The crumbs that you cut off, the corners and all that good jazz. This won't have edges. You're gonna see how beautifully the size and the perimeter of the cake comes out. Ooh, that's heavy. My God. So it's a slight workout. But if you are prepared, you can do it. Okay, so let me get my spoon. And just we're gonna even this batter out with the back of the spoon. Let me bring y'all over some. We're gonna even it out with the back of the spoon. And then we are going to put it in the oven. One second, y'all. This cord. on this light got caught. It's all right, honey. I'm all over the place today, but I'm gonna get better and better. At least today I learned logistics. Okay. I learned logistics. It's all right. Okay. So gonna even it out. Each one. Yes, baby. This is pound cake batter. Got to make sure it's well flavored. So we got that butter Crisco. Trying to see which one would be awesome if I could fit all 4 pans, but I know I can't. We got that Crisco and our emulsions. Oh, that one fits, y'all. So the only one I have to put separate is that heart, in which the heart is not made out of the same thick material that these pans are Nordic ware. So I'm glad that I've been able to isolate just the heart because it's gonna cook much quicker. Okay, so let me tap these one good time. And then I'm gonna do this heart. I'm not gonna touch it because I don't have my gloves on. And we don't eat cake batter. So hit it once. See how my heart is, y'all. So where it comes together, all you have to do is like fold it over like that. And I'm gonna put these in the oven. I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna start out on 30 minutes. I'm gonna start it out on 30 minutes, y'all. And because I know the rounds should be approaching done this at 30 minutes. I'm trying to see how I look in the monitor if I'm too close. Did it stop? I got my cabinets wide open. Okay. I know the rounds should be approaching done this at 30 minutes. That's definitely when I check them. And I'm probably going to pull the small round one at 20. If it were a thinner amount of batter, I probably could take it out in 15. I got the oven on 350, but I put a good bit of batter in there. So I'll let y'all know how much time it took, and then I will be back to finish up the cake. So let you see what they look like when they come out of the oven. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll be back. Thank you for watching. I'll be back.